Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Westworld. This episode 3 of the second season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So episode 1 was interesting. Obviously we had the start of pretty much, we had Bernard on the beach, didn't we? We see him waking up, confused, dazed, didn't really know what was going on. We had loads of people coming to kind of like rescue him. They had high priority like cards, didn't they, where he was trying to obviously find everybody. And then we had the steamroll effect of obviously the aftermath of Ford being shot, Dolores going on a crazy one, you know, him going to the facilities, finding out about the package, the information, the extraction. Do you know what I mean? They was waiting for these people to come in to save them, which actually has happened now. So they did actually receive the package. And you know, last episode we kind of had a little bit of continuation on from obviously this data. So we started that episode with Dolores, and she was in the real world. She was speaking to, it wasn't Bernard, it was actually Arnold. This seemed to be like 30 years before obviously the park was opened. Now the interesting thing is, it was them two talking, Arnold and Ford, about putting the best people forward for their, you know, proposal, which was the new startup company. They needed investors, and yes, they went to Logan. So Logan was their first person that invested into the company. They done an amazing sales pitch. They took him into a room. He was like, look mate, see if you could pick out who is not actually a human. He was going around, he was looking, he couldn't really tell. He thought it was actually Angela, which was interesting. She started laughing and then she waved the finger just like Ford did, and everybody froze. So it was really, really good. It just shows that it was so real, so lifelike. He just couldn't believe it. He invested pretty much straight away. Oh, he was in. Do you know what I mean? He was in. Now the thing is, the interesting scenario is, he said that his father was the person who owned the company, but he wouldn't know the future if it slapped him in the face. Where later on into the season, well, the episode, sorry, we seen William actually speaking to his dad, and his dad was saying, look mate, I actually don't care about the future. My son invested all of his money into this, and I only care about the now. Where William was like, look mate, you spend half of your, you know, half of your market and half of your budget trying to find you know, what people actually want, their true desires, where this park, we've got it. Do you know what I mean? People come here, they be whoever they want, they do whatever they want, there's no people watching, but that's what they think. And then obviously that's where we're getting this little thing ticking in our minds that, you know, they're putting information in, they're planting it, they're storing it, they're acquiring it. Don't know what for, but that is the proposal obviously that he offered. And that is why obviously William is in the current position that he currently is. So again, that was good how we've gone through the process of obviously Ford and Arnold creating the host, obviously to them pitching it to Logan, to it being accepted, to moving forward, to get into the current position where we currently are, where they actually acquiring and storing information. And then again, obviously, if we go back to the Dolores storyline, you know, she's still on the mission of taking over the park, taking over the real world, you know what I mean? And she was saying right at the very end to Teddy that somebody has shown her, you know, pretty much the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's actually a weapon, and they're going to use it to win. So again, mate, that is exciting. She's gone on a mad one this season, hasn't she? She's going around, she's smoking everybody off, and she's also acquiring her own little army as well. We see in the last episode, go into a bar, and she'd done a proposal. She was like, look mate, I want us to join forces. They was like, no. They just went bang, 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 shot them all, went over, you know, resurrecting one of them. She was like, look mate, I'm in charge now. You're coming with me. We're going to make it to wherever, you know, to the promised land, pretty much. So I'm loving it. I'm actually really enjoying it. I would like a bit more of May's storyline here in today's episode. Maybe we focus on her a little bit. But, you know, no dramas for me so far. I think it's been really, really interesting, and I can't wait to find out more. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode. What a different start.
Mind if I join you?
Do as you please.
So what brings you to this part of the world?
I have a little time to kill, among other things.
The governor wishes to extend to you an invitation to... Please tell the governor another time.
Maybe they're trying to steer you towards a sure thing.
Maybe I missed taking my chances.
You certainly look like one of the park's offering.
If this is inside the park, this is a well different vibe.
Simplest way to know for sure.
Where's he getting shot then? Yo, where does she want to shoot him?
Are where you say you are. This will only sting a bit.
Really rather...
Oh. Yo, I mean, you should have just shot him in his foot or something. That's a bit crazy, that, isn't it? Imagine if he wasn't a horse, he's just dead now. Oh yeah, it's fucking, they get unlimited health.
Congratulations. Now, where were we?
Mate, I'd have no you know what, right? I'd actually have no problem being shot. Yeah, I was just trying to think then, you know, like, you know, wow, she just killed him. I actually just said that, and then I was like, oh yeah, mate, I totally forgot. Like, now he would die. You know, the code's been changed, but last season they wouldn't have died, would they? You know, because they kind of have unlimited health. They do get a little bit of bruised here and there. So that's a good way of testing it out, really. I'd like to know who these people actually are. And this part of the park is so different to the Western style that we currently see. It's just well good.
What do you say to a night off before we go hunt the wicked tiger in the morning?
Normally there are other hosts here.
These violent delights have violent ends.
Put the gun down, Gunju.
Can't hurt us.
No, those people are guests. I rode the train with them on the...
Oh. She's got him there. She has got him. Yeah, she got him there. His face is mashed. Wait, is this real? Is this in the same timeline as normal? Oh mate, how many bullets has she got? One. Oh, she should have jumped off, man. Right, 10 minutes. That's that was. Then we took a different approach. Usually, I think we used to go straight into the Westworld thing, but no longer, no more. Also, that full 10 minutes did not feel like I was watching Westworld, which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I actually really liked it. It was good. The vibes were so different. Now it's making me think, is this now? Was they in the park in another sector, mate, mooches away from where everything that we've been usually seeing, and then that is where, you know, the codes have kind of changed and everybody's kind of gone normal? Because why is it saying that? They say these violent dreams have violent delights or something, and when they say that, it's like they know, they remember, you know. But that doesn't explain how, just because they remember, how they can start hurting the humans, and obviously everybody's just been killed. And I don't know if she's just died. I mean, I would have, as soon as I ran to the edge there and seen that there was some water and there was a tiger chasing me, I'd be in there. I'd be thinking that tiger's not diving off and swimming after me. So she made a bad move, bad choice on that one.
Bernard, you made it out alive. Do you have any idea where Peter Abernathy might have gone?
Oh, they've lost Peter Abernathy. So they didn't receive the package. Maybe they come to retrieve it because it's taking so long.
There he is.
He is there.
How are we gonna do this?
Been 2 fucking hours.
Confederados ain't gonna pass me up. $15 a head. Split up. Whoever finds her gets a whole 15. I'll say, you are gonna fetch me far more than the 15 bucks.
It's going to be interesting to see his personality change now.
The sick tug mistreating the gentlewomen?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Go on. You're free now.
What are the odds that somebody else will turn up just in time?
That's a goddamn merchandise.
As if they turned up with no guns themselves.
Let's go. Come on. Fight. Even if it costs me my life.
Just cut off his head and go.
What I simply don't understand is Peter Abernathy is a host and they've got full control of the tablet. I don't understand how they can't just go in, you know what I mean, knock him out just like they've just done with that guy, put the cable in and just change everything so that he's kind of under their control. Do you know what I mean? She just literally said, let's just cut his head off and take it. They just need what's inside of it. Literally, they could be the transport themselves. They could be Peter Abernathy. It's not him particular that they want. It's just the data that he's currently holding. And if, you know, if he's gonna not like go rogue but not listen, then you just knock him out or take him out. You know what I mean? Had you been one of them on the tree?
Oh! Major, Why is this flaccid plum right in ahead of you?
Because he knows what's best for him.
She says we got an enemy coming, intent on keeping us from marching for glory in the morning.
In the morning, they'll be coming from the east. Combined with your army, we won't just survive the forces riding against us. We'll crush them.
What the hell is that?
It's a gun, the kind they'll use.
If you make it over that ridge, I'll let you live.
Yo, imagine getting that machine gun compared to your little pistols that you currently got.
Welcome to Fort Forlorn Hope.
That was a decent proposition as well, to be fair. Like,
These men are just children. They don't know any better. They need to be led.
mate, I'm loving his outfit. I'm actually loving his outfit. Yo, he looks scary, him. Do you reckon she's motivated?
If
we insist on our current path, we're free to go. But he's taking this one.
You will let him go, and you will forget that you ever saw us.
Did it work on them? Oh, that was my thing as well, man. I kind of wanted her to be so dominant. Like, she's like way overpowered, do you know what I mean? Where she had full control over every single person and she could literally waft the finger and everybody would just stop, you know, to her attention. That would have been so good. Obviously, that's not the case. We've just seen it there. She's tried to work and it didn't. Yeah, they'd never get in that ground. It was so thick.
we got us here some genuine acolytes.
Stop! I need to talk to this one alone. Untie him.
I'll take him to the infirmary.
Does he know why she wants to speak to him? He must do, because he can start remembering now, can't he?
He refused food and water. Who is he?
You don't remember. He's my father. Look what they've done to him.
Upon a wheel of fire, that mine own tears do scald like molten lead.
I'm here.
Dolores, there's blue tone spreading all through these parts.
Wow.
I'll lead him home, back to the ranch. You told me once to run away, and I did. I broke free with the pull of a trigger.
Want to go home?
What's happening with him? Why is he flickering through like different personalities? He's like a cocky, confident guy in certain aspects. He wants to get to the train, which was his natural thing that he wanted to do, and then obviously he's remembering stuff from the past.
Alright, exactly what the fuck do you think you're doing? You two were designed to be alone. Yes, there's some attraction, but you'd never have an actual relationship. Fucking programmed to have no love beyond Isabella. Isabella is written into the goddamn laws of your being.
Just words in my head. This is true. She's all I ever dreamed life could be.
And then there's this bit, really dampens the knickers. The dream died with her, and I dared dream no more. So maybe I do know you.
They have said certain things in certain scenarios that still are programmed conversations, haven't they? I think even Dolores has had that before.
Did you have an Isabella?
She left me, said that my lifestyle lacks stability.
So you wrote her into a narrative. Wrote yourself a version of the man you've always wanted to be. It's actually very sad. Hello? It's been some time, Bernard. My whole life has been dictated by someone else. Someone who's been saying, you will. Now I feel like I've discovered my own voice. There's something I want to show you, Bernard. They've broken my father, and I don't know how to fix him. But I'm hoping you do.
What do you want, Dolores?
To dominate this world.
This world, like of dust, is sitting on a much, much bigger world.
You've never been outside the park. Out to that great world you speak of. And here we are. Kind that will never know death. And yet we're fighting to live.
We've been walking.
The thing is, though, technically, yeah, Bernard, he's both of them, innit? Like, to all the humans, he's a human, but like, technically, he's a host. And like, the thing is, for Dolores' side, she wants to integrate into the real society. Do you know what I mean? Like, she wants to leave here and become part of the real world. But like, even though Bernard's not technically been in the real world, he's accepted amongst everybody there, and it's hard though, because if Dolores is successful, he's it's helpful for him as well in certain aspects. You know what I mean? But if she's not, then if he doesn't show his hand that he's one of them, then he'd be okay with who he currently is. So his one is a tough one. Now, again, though, you know, like he was saying, it's just a speck of dust. It actually is. You know what I mean? This is just one midget little park inside the whole world. And think about it, you know, just say this was Australia, and I'm obviously in the UK. We're mooches away, absolute miles. Somebody could take over that whole country. Yeah, they could come out there, they could murder everybody, take full control. But if they don't have, you know, technically all these have his horses and stuff. They don't have planes and, you know, trains and cars to get from there to us. Technically, you know what I mean? They'll never know how big the actual true world really is. They could venture out for forever and ever and ever and never even make it to the actual full world. So like he's saying, she thinks that she knows the outside and how big it is, but really it's just a speck of dust. No matter how far they go, it's probably never get big enough.
The feeble among us need some rest.
That doesn't sound good, does it?
Sorry, darling. That's not an option.
Oh, imagine seeing someone on fire. Yeah, finally. I do like her.
To say hello, we've got to run.
Yo, she just reminds me of Charlie Theron, man. Honestly, like a badass bitch, honestly.
Not entirely a pleasure to see you, given the circumstances.
So are they going back up now into the world? I wonder if somebody's there.
Very strange. It seems as though it's masking a vastly bigger file.
They've sold him and used him as a pawn in their game.
It would be interesting because these can actually die now. It would be like just a full-blown war, wouldn't it?
Assembling about 2-minute ride due east. And sir, they're coming up from the ground.
After you've lured them here, retreat inside the gates when you see fit to do so. It's all their guns. We fight this battle head on, we lose. Fight it my way, we all win in the end.
You know what I actually really like? I am all for combat and action and fighting. I'm a big fan of it. Like, it just keeps it engaging. Do you know what I mean? If you could have a slow episode and you stick a bit of action in there, makes the episode relevant and worthwhile again. Do you know what I mean? And like, I don't know if we've got 40 minutes left here. Maybe the encounters now, or it could be next episode. But I would like at least a good 10-minute good old battle scrap. That would be very, very good. You know what I mean? Like, the fact is, yeah, the stakes are real. You see it. You see William is laughing about it. Do you know what I mean? He's encountering people now. He's getting hurt himself. He's had to use his own medkit last episode. Here, now, they're there with Hale. All these people, weapons. It doesn't really matter because what it is if they get shot, they die. You know what I mean? It's one life for everybody now. Well, technically, the host can die and come back alive if somebody wanted to regen them. But them, the humans, yeah, they have to be wary. They're probably the ones that have to be on the back foot a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? The more defensive side, because like I said, they've got one life and that's it. Now if they're coming in and they're trying to attack these and they're already ready for them and they've got obviously weapons and chemicals underneath the ground that they could blow up, it's going to be good. I'm hoping that we get a proper good old shootout and scrap. And to be honest, Dolores' side's probably going to win right now, considering that in the present, because it seems like that is kind of, you know what I mean, I don't even know actually, like the timeline. Yeah, I'm going to say that Bernard's in there, camping there. So I'm going to say this has happened in the past before. And obviously Bernard's been left on the ground. So in this fight that's about to happen, I'm going to say Dolores and the Confederados are going to be victorious right now.
The use of a violent kind of delightfulness, if there's no pleasure in
I don't want the data to get erased, me. I actually want it to be exposed. I think it's a really good storyline. Yo, the car should just run them over, shouldn't they? Just bash into everything. Have they hitting them from the side? Yeah, smart, mate. You know what I mean? Come from the front and come from the back. Come from the side. As soon as he's in that car, she should not be able to catch him.
What's so special about this host?
Sweetwater. Something I need there.
You're gonna blow them all up now.
God damn it! Open the gate! You traitorous bitch!
Why are they not shooting the thing though? They said that there was stuff out there that could blow them up. We've not heard Clementine talk for ages, man. Look, she literally hasn't spoken in time. She's just like a robot now, like to Dolores, just doing whatever she wants.
We don't all deserve to make it. Take this dog out back. Put him down with the rest.
He's looking like he's not happy with most of the decisions that she's making, if I'm being honest. He's going with it. He actually is. He's gone with everything so far, but he always looks like he's not happy with it.
We ain't so different. You and I both trigger men into tyrants. I know what I want. But you ain't even sure about that term again you take your orders from.
I just said that. I literally just said that.
We ain't nothing alike. You're just a child. Bobby! Let him go.
It is interesting, that one, because again, do you know what I mean? You can see it in his face that every time Dolores does a decision or she tells him to do something, you can see that he's conflicted in his head. And, you know, last episode I was saying, you know, seeing is believing, and he did go into a lamp and he did see himself on a thing, and I thought he might be all in, and do you know what I mean? Now that he's obviously experienced it, but you can still see it flickering in his head. He's not happy with everything that he's being told to do. This girl is still alive. That's pretty decent. Don't tell me she's dying now after swimming all this way. Who's this? Oh, she's found the wrong people. She better not die. If she's died, I'd be fucking fuming, honestly. Like, what a waste.
Walking forever? Where the hell are we?
Must be on the north edge of the park. To the Klondike narrative.
Maybe they're friendly.
If not, we kill them.
Oh, it's took her head out. What's the samurais? Yeah, we seen them training last season, didn't we? We did. I was wondering what the samurais was for, to be honest, you know, last season, because it was a bit random, considering everything that we see in the Westworld. Do you know what I mean? Like, so far, we've only seen the West End, so to speak, and it is called the Westworld. But, like, when you go in there and he was walking through and you could see the different narratives, and, you know, when... I think it was when Maeve was walking through with Felix and that guy, and they were seeing different things. These people gambling, there was different animals, there was samurais fighting, and like I was thinking at the time, I didn't say it, but I was thinking, where are they being used in this thing? And then obviously you got today's episode, which shows a totally different aspect and like place in the park that we'd never seen before. This is the first time we kind of was given it, so you know. I think at the last, was it last episode or the first? We seen that Bengal, it was, wash up on the shore. Now, first of all, I don't even know what a Bengal is. I'm not going to lie, you know, that's like a brand new animal to me. I'm not even joking. But like, you know, they referenced it at the start of this episode. So that guy was walking around, he sat down at the table with that woman, and he sat down and he was like, what brings you here? Do you know what I mean? The Bengals hunting him or something. Then they started talking and whatever, they slept together, do you know what I mean? She tested that he wasn't a host, you know what I mean? She wanted to make sure that it was a real person that she was sleeping with. Now, that whole thing kind of reminded me of, like, India. I don't know, like, that was the vibe I got, kind of like, it's like an Indian style, and I liked it. It was like totally different to what we currently have been seeing, like with the horses and stuff. They had the elephants, and do you know what I mean? It was just like the clothes and the design, and yeah, just everything about the interior and all of that. It was totally different, so it was exciting. I was trying to figure out, when was this? You know, was this in the past? This happened before? Is this happening now? When's that timeline? And then, you know, it was that they went out into the woods, innit? They was going to hunt tigers. I think that was their intentions anyway. And she said something strange had happened, and one did go wrong, innit? And it was these violent dreams have violent delights, or something like that, he said, before shooting the guy. And then she managed to get a weapon and kill him first. And she knows that some of the people that was dead inside of that room was actual real humans, you know, that the damage can be done. And the fact is, you know, she's gone running, a tiger's been chasing her, she's hit one bullet into him, she's moved to the edge of the cliff. Now this scene must be what Ford's put in, and nobody really understands where it's come from. But, you know, the tiger's jumped at her, knocked her off into the water. Now again, I was thinking, I was actually thinking all episode, I paused it after the 9 minute, it was 10 minutes long, wasn't it? And I was like, wow, that was interesting, it's totally different, I didn't expect it. And then all episode I've been wondering, how's that fitting into the storyline? What we doing here? Like, why was that introduced? I said at the start, I didn't feel like I was watching Westworld. Then we come all the way to the end and she's managed to get out of the water and she's landed next to a Bengal that was dead in the first episode. And she's been taken by these people that obviously Maeve has been seeing in the visions in the past life, innit? So, like, I'm hoping that she's not died, because it would just be a total waste. We had a good 10 minutes at the start. She survived to only just die making it to shore. That'd be disappointing. So I hope there's a bigger story in that. And I really did enjoy it, like I said, because it gives different things to the parks. And now here, you know, they've gone in. They're so far out as well. First time we've seen snow, different environments again. They've gone there, you know, what's going on? Samurais have come out, they've got the swords chasing them. And again, mate, it's just another section of the park, a bit more fresh, it's new. Seeing something different, to me, is always better, because, you know, you could become stagnant in the same scenarios, running it over and over again, same people and places, where here you put fresh new things in, new areas, colours, you know what I mean? Even when we had a couple of clips last episode with Logan in the modern day, and you know what I mean, and we had the city and Dolores looking out, I feel like all that is really, really good, and I'm liking the little flashbacks and jumping around everywhere. It's interesting, but again, I'm still trying to figure out, yeah, like, what's really happening? Do you know what I mean? Like, so did Dolores win this fight? Because this is taking place before Bernard's ended up on the beach. So did she win? Has she achieved what she wanted to do? Maybe not, because we've seen Hale reunite with, you know, Bernard in the present. But also, where's Abernathy gone? Have they lost him? I understand that, you know, he was in Dolores' camp today, but then they've come in, they've fought, they've took him, they've extracted him. How she chased after them and succeeded it? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be interesting to find out, but I think so far it's been, you know, I think it's been really good. But again, I would like a little bit more fighting, because I think last season I felt like we had loads and loads and loads. It was a good little one there, but I don't know. My wish is just a little bit more. The more the better, in my opinion. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You know, I really liked the episode, but I do think it was a bit of a slow burner, this one. I don't think like crazy hardcore action went on. And do you know what? I'm thinking about it with Dolores, right? In this fight that's just happened there, what did she gain out of it? Why did she need their men? You know what I mean? So, like, basically, she went to the Confederados because she needed their men to win this fight. But all she done was lose. And she lost Abernathy as well. They didn't really get anything out of it. And she ended up finding out that, do you know what I mean? That Teddy didn't follow her instructions. So technically, this whole episode was a massive L for her, in my opinion. It really, really was. Like, you know, I understand that if she wanted to engage and fight, you know, fight the boards and fight all the people coming in, then yeah, she would need all them people, because she hasn't got enough to do it herself. But what if she just used them as kind of like their wall? Like, yo, if they're going to come in and kill people, let's kill them instead of mine. But could she not just have carried on retreating then? Do you know what I mean? Could you not just lead them around to the Confederados and then pass through it, or passed around it, so that they would believe that she was in that camp, but she wasn't, and they just engaged in the war? You know what I mean? Like, what did she need to go in? It was a big deal last episode. She went into the barn, she killed all their people, she resurrected them, you know, I'm going to lead you. Then they went into the Confederados here, you know, she done a little plea, give them the gun, do you know what I mean? We're all on your side, great stuff, we planted the bombs, let's go for it, let's fight them. And at the end of the day, all she done was they come in, they ended up getting what they wanted. Literally, their whole purpose of being there was to go in and get Abernathy. It was. Let's not, like, pretend that the whole thing was to go in and win a war, or to go and beat Dolores and take everybody out. They arrived into that camp to take Abernathy, and they successfully done it. So they took the big dub there. Do you know what I mean? Couple of casualties along the way. That's war. They understand it. They're there to fight for it. They get it. They're not going to be sat there crying. They got their package. Now, the thing is, Dolores didn't get anything. She turned up. She probably inflicted casualties herself. She used them and gained enemies at the same time, whilst also finding out that people that she believes is loyal inside the camp wasn't actually that loyal, and lost her dad. So the whole thing, that was just an L on her part. I don't really don't really get what she gained from it. I actually don't get what she gained from it. What I gained from it was entertainment and excitement from the fighting. I do enjoy seeing that. Like I said, the more the merrier to me. The more scrapping, the more shooting, the more fighting. I like it. Didn't see anything about, you know, William, like, well, the man in black, so to speak, in this episode. It seems like we're jumping from stories to stories. So, like, we'll focus, like, half an hour, 45 minutes on, like, one kind of thing and then just drop a little bit in. And then next episode, we'll have a different one, but then we'll have 10 minutes of the last episode and then boom, back in it again and a little bit. We're kind of, like, floating around. Now, again, the interesting thing is, the package hadn't ever arrived, but they decided that they actually had to come in and extract it. Do you know what I mean? So if you go to the episode 1, when Hale was on the computer, when she was stood with Bernard, when he was finding out they was extracting data, she was saying that she needed them to come in and help them. They were saying, no, package not received. She said it again, I need immediate evacuation or help. No, package not received. She's like, for God's sake, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, how's it not got there? We sent it a while ago. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to come in until they receive it. That's their main priority. That's it. Well, it might have been 2 weeks, yeah, and they've still not got it, so they're like, fuck this, we're going in and we're going to see what's happening ourselves. And then obviously they've turned up and it's all of this chaos. The interesting thing is, like I said, we see them with Abernathy in their possession in today's episode, and somehow they've lost it along the way. Now, she said that she needs to go to Stillwater. She's got to go there. There's something there that she needs to get. Is it the weapon that she was talking about last episode? Who knows? I'm not going to lie, though. The main focus and interesting thing that I'm on is, well, not my main focus. The thing that got me really interested is just to start the episode, seeing a different sector, you know what I mean, different vibes, and this woman escaping and actually turning up here onto the island. I feel like she was important or something. I just do, man. I feel like I think we should utilise her. I don't know who she is and if she's important at all, and if they got any plans for her. But I want it. I do, because I was just a little bit invested and I liked it, and I just wish we could go further with it. Now, saying that, I also think that Mavie's probably one of my favourite characters in the show. Probably. I thought last season the storyline was great. I thought it was probably the best one that we had. I liked what she was doing, everything. People around her, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't just solely have to be Maeve. It's like the pulling that she's got with the Felix character, with the other guy, with Hector, and then his +1, like their little like circle, I really do enjoy. I feel like last season was really good, and I wanted to get a daughter this season. I wanted to go through it. I wanted to go and fight these people. Do you know what I mean? We had an encounter today. Disappointed that she wasn't able to shut them down, if I'm being honest. Everybody that we've seen in the facility, she was able to, but not here, actually, in the park. That was my question last episode, when she kind of like went face to face with Dolores. I wanted to see if she could do it, but she didn't. And today's episode she tried and it didn't work. But I like them. I want to see where it goes. I want to see this fight with the samurais. And I'm excited to see, obviously, the way their storyline pans out. So that's where we currently are. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you do. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.